it up here. Green, green, green.
Check her down on group number 1 at 3 of Pure Stocks, and no surprise is 78 of Evan Faust, the 4-time winner, up top on the board. Kevin Boyer out of Frederick, Maryland. on group number 2, and the 9 of Jason Wilkins late in the going puts that car on the top of the board.
Green, driver.
So once again, following the warm-ups, these drivers will make their way back to the grid area. They'll get set for their 2-lap time trials to again set the stage for some of the qualifying coming up a little bit later on tonight. The label of Sportsman's wrapping up. Great looking field of cars once again tonight here at Hagerstown, the B2 of Mesa.
Just back it down. 31, you have a bumper hanging. Rear bumper is hanging on the 31.
Coming out on group number 1 and 3 for the East Coast Legend drivers. The 30 is Seth Kirchner out of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Right now, tops on the board. As we wrap up group number 1, the 31 of Lincoln Kirchner out of Fairfield. Number 2 in the warm-up session, the 5. For your time trials, we need you to the staging area. Pure stock drivers, for your time trials to the staging area, please. Group number 2 of our East Coast Legends wrapping up. Still the 30 of Seth Kirchner, who was fastest in group number 1. He still tops on the board. Well, before we get to the opening ceremony, still some qualifying to get underway. The time trials now for the pure stocks of the Eric Johnson Tribute tonight. As we mentioned, 31 drivers on hand as they get set for their time trials tonight. The 9 of Jason Wilkins out of Strasburg, Virginia, defending champion of our Eric Johnson Tribute race. And again, we have yet to find a repeat winner. 2 of those drivers in the field tonight, Cody Sumption and this driver, Jason Wilkins, as we get underway with our time trial action tonight here at the Hagerstown Speedway in the 6th edition of the Eric Johnson Tribute tonight. 9 of Wilkins on track as he gets set to come off of turn number 4 and grab that green flag. And as we'll do in pure stock action, once the number 9 rolls by the 1-2 turn, we'll send the next car out. That's going to be the 32 of Tyler Fisher at a Fairplay, Maryland. Another strong competitor in pure stock action, looking for that first feature event victory of the season. Wilkins making his way off at turn number 4. This is going to be his time trial for the night. Checkered flag is out, and he will set the benchmark. 22.673 kicks things off tonight. 32 of Fisher grabbing the green flag as he gets set for his time trial here this evening. Next driver coming out going to be 03 of Danny Walters out of Abingdon, Maryland. He quickly makes his way out onto the track. So again, the 22.673 set by Wilkins. That is what we start off with tonight. Fisher in the 32 makes his way off at turn number 4. He gets set for his checkered flag and run tonight. And the lap for Fisher going to be a 23.939, which right now will park him in the number 2 position. As the 03 of Danny Walter is pushing up the racetrack just a little bit, heads on back through turn number 1 and 2. The next driver behind him, the 2X of Bailey Johnson in Hancock, Maryland, makes his way onto the speedway. Walters in the 03, 23.960 will be his lap time, and that will put him number 3 on the board as the 2X of Bailey Johnson grabbing the green flag that time by. And the next driver behind him going to be the 42 of Andrew Seffel from Winchester, Virginia, getting set for his time trial as Johnson works it down the back straightaway. Everybody chasing the 9 of Jason Wilkins, but very early in the 31 cars that will qualify tonight in the Eric Johnson Tribute race. 2X of Johnson back to the stripe. Checkered flag is out. 24.452 for the 2X of Johnson. That will put him 4th in the overall rundown, and he spins it down in turn number 1 and 2 as the 42 of Andrew Seffel goes by on the outside. Caution going to come out as we get the 2X of Johnson straightened out. So Johnson able to get away under his own power. The 42 of Seffel now looking to see if he can get his car back up to speed. He'll be looking at the green flag this time by. Well, he mentioned many awards that are going to be given out, and Karen Blevins, again, doing a tremendous job of raising some money. The Fast Time Award is going to be sponsored by Race Logic Chassis School. That's going to be $101 going to the top qualifier tonight. That is the 42 of Andrew Seffel crossing the stripe, and he will be number 2 on the board right now, 23.443, as the 57 of Bill Ecton Jr. Now to Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, makes his way onto the racetrack. Ecton having a very good season in pure stock action. A lot stronger this season and well up in the point standings. Still looking for that first victory of the year. He along with the 62 of Dylan Beavers out of Hedgeville, West Virginia. On the track right now as Beavers get set for the green. Ecton making his way back to the stripe for the checkered flag. He'll be 3rd at 23.666. So right now, Jason Wilkins, Andrew Seffel, Bill Ecton Jr., Tyler Fisher, and the 03 of Danny Walters. They are the early top 5 of the 6 drivers that have taken the time tonight. And while the 62 of Beavers heads down the backstretch, 80 to Nick Fogle of Irisville, Maryland, a one-time feature winner just 1 season ago, makes his way on. He gets set for the green flag. Here comes Beavers back to the stripe. He'll be 3rd, 23.464. And we understand that's a new track record for Jason Wilkins at 22.673 for the driver of the number 9, defending Eric Johnson Tribute champion. Fogle in the 88 down into turn number 3 and 4. The 45X of John Catlett of Hagerstown now on the track as the 9th driver in pure stock qualifying here this evening. Back to the stripe, Nick Fogle on the 88. He will be fourth at 23.546. As Catlin gets the green flag, it's Wilkins, Safell, and Beavers right now is your top three. Catlin off at turn number 2, the 12 of David Thompson, and Hagerstown will make his way onto the track right now as our 10th participant of the 31 as we near the 1/3 mark in Pure Stock Time Trials this evening. Well, 22.940, the previous lap that was held as a track record here at the Hagerstown Speedway. Christopher Hutton did that a season ago in the Small Car Nationals here at the Hagerstown Speedway. Hutton, one of the many drivers on hand. He'll be part of Group B time trials coming up here in just a little bit. The 45X of John Catlett wrapping up. He will be 8th on the board in his pure stock time as the 12 of David Thompson makes his way back. Checkered is out for the driver out of Hagerstown, and Thompson will be number 9 on the board, 24.378. 17 is Jeffrey Bosley out of Martinsburg, West Virginia now, next driver on track. And right after Bosley, as he works down the back straightaway, the gentleman everybody's going to be watching, Wilkins has the track record, the 78 of Evan Faust out of Knoxville, Maryland, the 4-time winner and number 2 man in the Pure Stock Series points right now. He's on a heater, and he's going to look to see if he can continue. Bosley back to the stripe in the 17, 24.370 will be his lap time. Faust now taking the 78 back into turn number 1 and 2 as a 31, and Nathaniel Yonker in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia will now join him on the track. Here comes Faust to the 78. Let's see where he stands on the board. Going by, he's going to be number 2 at 22.999 for the 4-time winner. Yonker in the 31, a 1-time winner a season ago here at Hagerstown. He takes the green flag in his time trial this evening. As a 33 of Michael Goodwin out of Wellsville, Pennsylvania, cranks it up and heads out onto the track and gets set for his green flag. Yonker back to the stripe in the 31, and Nathaniel will go 3rd at 23.340. Good run for the Berkeley Springs, West Virginia driver. Again, the 33 of Michael Goodwin in Wellsville, PA, now on track as he gets set for his time. The 67 of William Ecton Sr. out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, is scheduled to be the next driver out, but it looks like it's going to be the 8 of Keith Reed, our current point leader out of Hagerstown, making his way out. 33 a Goodwin back to the stripe, 23.985. That will have him number 10 in qualifying tonight as a 2-time winner, defending track champion and current point leader Keith Reed out of Hagerstown. The number 8 machine takes to the Speedway for his time tonight. This will be the final car scheduled to go in Group A in our pure stock time. Riding up in the loose dirt off at turn number 4. Reed trying to bring it back to the stripe, and he will be number 8 on the board at his time tonight. So Jason Wilkins, right now the leader of Group 1. Driver out, much like Group A. Another driver that's a past champion of the Eric Johnson Tribute, the 2021 winner. That's going to be Cody Sumption out of Stevens City, Virginia, in the number 30 machine. He'll be the first driver scheduled to make his way out onto the Speedway. So once again, the event started back in 2019 with Kevin Imes taking the victory. The 2020 season was wiped out by COVID. Cody Sumption, the number 30, this is your 2021 winner of the Eric Johnson Tribute as he makes his way back for the green flag. Second on track coming out in a few moments, scheduled to be the 47 Kevin Boyer out of Frederick, Maryland as Group B time is underway. Sumption back to the stripe, looking to see if he can make a dent in the qualifying rundown as he sets the benchmark in Group 2, 23.477 for Sumption. 47 to Boyer gets the green flag. And scheduled to go next, it's going to be the 8R of Blake Reed at Hagerstown, and he is the next driver out, but it's going to be the 19 of Mike Fuller instead out of Fort Loudon, Pennsylvania. A couple of drivers not quite there in line as Fuller makes his way out. Meanwhile, the 47 of Boyer back to the stripe, 23.995. That will have him number 2 in Group B time trials. 19 of Fuller getting the green flag going by. All right, next time out on the cars will be the 41 of Tom Caravello out of Baltimore, Maryland. Tom returning back to the Speedway with us last weekend, having a good run. As he heads out, simulate drivers for your heat race. We need you to the staging area. Simulate drivers for your heat race to the staging area, please. All right, Fuller wraps things up. He'll be number 2 on the board right now, right behind Cody Sumption in his qualifying is the 41 of Caravello. Makes his way out, 31D of Darren Yonker in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. The next driver out for his qualifying as well. Again, simulate drivers for your heat race. You can make your way to the staging area. Simulate drivers for your heat race to the staging area, please. 23.148, new top time on Group B for Caravello with the number 41. As he gets it over the 30 of Cody Sumption, Fuller will be back in 4th. The 47 of Boyer right now in 5th. 31D of Darren Yonker, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia driver on the Speedway right now. He'll be joined now by the 11A of James Spielman out of Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. Here comes Yonker, the second of the 31 car stable, as he'll be number 5 on the board. 24.107 will be his lap time this evening. As the 11 of Spielman makes his way back to the stripe. Again, heat race action coming up next. Simulate drivers. You can make your way to the staging area. Simulates for your heat race to the staging area, please. '22, Michael Warren Phelps out of Williamsport, Maryland, also climbing onto the Speedway as Spielman makes his way back to the stripe for his lap. It'll be a 23.843. And right now that will have Spielman number 4 in a rundown here in Group B time. 22 of Michael Warren Phelps in Williamsport, Maryland on the track. Semi Ryle in the 13R out of Edders, Pennsylvania. Warren Phelps back to the line, second in Group B, 23.397 for the 22. As Ryle in the 13 grabs the green flag as we whittle down our pure stock time trials tonight. Simulate drivers for your heat race. We need you to the staging area. Simulates for your heat race to the staging area, please. Ryle back to the stripe of the 13. He will be at 23.386. Good lap. Moves him up to number 2 on the board, right behind Caravello with that 41 machine. And a problem on a driver that was next out onto the racetrack, that being the 13 of Sam Hoffman out of Strasburg, Virginia.
Green, green, green.
Sam will grab a gear and get the green flag when he comes by the stripe this time. Final few drivers left to go as we continue on. 71 of Carter Schenk at Greencastle, Pennsylvania will be next on the track in his time trial. Hoffman, the 13, a little bit better through 3 and 4 this time as he works his way back to the stripe. And he'll be at 24.593 in his time. Meanwhile, the 71 is Schenk taking the green flag, celebrating his 24th birthday a week ago. And we mentioned the track record was broken tonight. The 06 of Christopher Hutton of West Virginia, the previous record holder in the Small Car Nationals a year ago. He makes his way on to the Speedway down the backstretch as Carter Schenk brings the 71 back to the stripe. 23.745 will put Carter number 6 in Group B as the 06 of Christopher Boyce takes the green flag. Again, simulate drivers for your heat race. You should be in the staging area. Simulate drivers for your heat race to the staging area, please. As Boyce works it down the back straightaway, the 17 of Randy Lindenberg, the opening pure stock winner here at Hagerstown Speedway this year, on the track next. And Boyce will be a 23.137. That will put him number one on the board. In Group B, the 41 of Caravello now in second, the 13 of Ryle, followed by the 22 Warring Feltz, and then the 30 of Sumption, while the 17 of Lindenberg works midpoint down the back straightaway. 64 of William Crook in Myersville, Maryland. We'll also join in this time trial as well. Lindenberg back to the stripe. He'll be the new number one. 23.109. Top on the board in Group B for the 17 of Randy Lindenberg. 64 of Bill Crook right now off of turn number 2, and what looks to be one of our final drivers out, the 32W of Robert Wilson out of Clearbrook, Virginia, as we wind down our pure stock time trials tonight. 64 of Crook back to the stripe. Checkered is out for him. His lap's going to be a 25.080 as the 32W of Wilson getting the green flag in our pure stock time trials here this evening. Of Dustin Proctor also out on the track. That's the Hedgeville, West Virginia driver as he gets set. Wilson back to the strike of the 32W. 24.246 will be his lap time. As 5 of Proctor grabbing the green flag in his time trial effort tonight. Again, simulate drivers for your heat race. You should be in the staging area. Simulate drivers for your heat race to the staging area, please. Checkered is out, and it's going to be a 24.367 for the number 5, and Dustin Proctor, as we wrap up the pure stock time trial portion of the Eric Johnson tribute tonight here at the Speedway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as our simulate drivers make their way onto the back straightaway and get set for the first of many qualifiers tonight, we ask you to please rise in the grandstands as you are able for tonight's invocation, to be followed by our national anthem. Well, fans, last Saturday, as we were enjoying our weekly night of racing here at Hagerstown, many of us, if not all of us, learned of the attempted assassination of former U.S. President Donald Trump. In the following days, as many focused on the news, recapping the series of events, what we didn't know that evening is that the events of last Saturday evening in Butler, Pennsylvania, hit closer to home than what we thought. Shielding his wife and daughter from the spray of bullets into the crowd, the racing world lost 50-year-old Corey Comparator. Corey was not only a longtime member of the Buffalo Township Volunteer Fire Department, he served for 20-plus years as a member of the Lernerville Speedway safety team. Always putting the safety and well-being of others first, Corey's life ended last week, protecting his family and close friends to the very end. Unfortunately, Corey's passing was just the beginning of a week of loss within our motorsports family. The racing world also lost B.J. Andrews this week. During her many years in the sport, BJ also was serving as the president of the Metropolitan Auto Racing Fans Club. Additionally, BJ was a very special family friend and past crew member with the Kyle Lear racing team. With a heavy heart and foot to match, Kyle raced in the limited late model win last night at Potomac Speedway, dedicating his win to the memory of BJ. Our losses did not end there. The Hagerstown family was also deeply saddened to hear of the loss of Kathy Edmonds. For many decades, the Edmonds family name has been synonymous with racing in Winchester and Hagerstown. At the time of her passing, Kathy was the fiancée of Brian Kearns, one of our top simulate drivers here at Hagerstown. Our thoughts and prayers also go out to the family of 19-year-old sprint car driver Riley Emick, who was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident this past week in Pennsylvania. Words can only do so much to help ease the tremendous loss of so many wonderful people and the lives they touched. To all of the family members and close friends of these fine people, just know you not just have our thoughts and prayers, we give you all of our strength and support to help you get through this most painful, difficult moment in your lives. At this time, we ask for a moment of silence in the memory of the departed members of our wonderful racing family. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so very much for the wonderful day that you have given us today. Thank you for allowing us to be here as friends and family to enjoy the sport that we love so much. Tonight, as we embark on racing here at the Speedway, we ask you that you keep the drivers safe, as well as the crew members and also our race officials. Help them to make good decisions as they continue to provide the best and excellent racing and provide great entertainment to all of our friends and family. We ask you when the night is over to please guide us carefully home to our homes so that we may return next weekend to enjoy each other once again as racing friends and family. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Very much for being here tonight, and again our thanks out to the 126 of Dustin Wilds, our East Coast legend driver carrying that very special American flag around our speedway as we honor America for yet another weekend of racing here at the Capital Track Racing. And tonight we stacking up down in turn number 3 and 4 as we get set for the first qualifier tonight. 3-wide battle right off the bat. The 81 of J.C. Giesemann saw the opening down bottom and immediately goes into the number 1 spot around the 7 of Rob Nichols. 0B of Bradley Means right up there top side. Here comes the 65 of Dylan Wilson. 3 wide on the front stretch for starters. Almost 3 wide on the back stretch going back into turn number 3 and 4 for the second position. And for the moment, going to be the 7 of Nichols trying to hold on to second. He'll do it. 65 of Wilson into third. Means the outside pole sitter into the number 4 spot. 10th in the 1C, the double winner a week ago. He's fighting on the 5th position right now. 28D of Kyle Deneen right in that battle as well. Wilson really strikes it hard down into bottom at turn number 3 and 4. And gets that second spot away from the 7 of Rob Nichols. Great move from the Cassville, Pennsylvania driver. And trouble for the 1C as Steve Kent. Looks like that left front tie rod or something may be broken on that car. And from being a two-time winner a week ago,
stay high in
how
turn
quickly
2,
fortunes
stay high
can
in
change
turn
as
2.
Kent spins it off that second turn. Field is stacked up side by side. The 81 of Giesemann, a one-time winner. As we mentioned, until last weekend, we had no repeat winners. Jason Stoner, Walter Crouch, Dylan Wilson, Jason Giesemann had all scored wins, and then Steve Kent got win number 1, and then he turned around and got win number 2 in the makeup race last weekend. Tough luck tonight as he gets the hook in the infield area, and we go back to green with 2 of our 5 laps complete here in the Simulate qualifier. Wilson with a bold move down bottom on Rob Nichols for a second. He starts on the high side, and now he wants to get down to the bottom, right on the rear deck lid of Giesemann down the back straightaway. And again, moves that patented move down to the bottom side, hugging the guardrail. Drag races on, back to the stripe. 2 laps to go. It's still Giesemann with the lead. Wilson again really makes that move, trying to cross over and go to the bottom side, get that momentum, and he may have it down the back straightaway. Good run by the 65 of Wilson. Giesemann draws even. It'll be Rob Nichols, Brady Neff, and the 0B of Bradley Means the top 5 as they come back for the white flag. So Wilson indeed gets in front by a car length over Giesman as they work off at turn number 2. Neff in the meantime, the 03 machine trying to get around Nichols down the back straightaway for third. Pure Stocks heat race number 1, you will be next. And next up is going to be the checkered flag for Dylan Wilson as he takes the 65 across the stripe and wins the semi-late heat race tonight. The 81 of Giesman in second. 7 of Rob Nichols will be third. The 03 of Brady Neff and the 0B, the outside pole sitter Bradley Means, will be your top 5 tonight. Money and over $520 in heat race bonuses for the top 3 is sponsored by McMullen Home Improvement LLC. Our thanks out to Marshall McMullen. Once again, that is a lot of good money. Top 3 in heat race bonuses. Get that money, over $520. So here's where it kicks in again for the Pure Stocks. And every phase of our program tonight, dollar signs everywhere for drivers throughout the field. It is well done and well orchestrated, where it just about covers almost every driver getting something, and they actually do. And tonight they're giving the green flag in heat race number 1. Wilkins takes them back to the line. It'll be Yonker in his second, Beavers in third, Ecton in the 57, trying to hold on to fourth. Here comes the 32 of Fisher down to his inside. In 5 laps of distance, top 5 drivers to make it into the A main in tonight's 24-lap Eric Johnson Memorial as we come back for lap number 1, going to be the 9, Wilkins in the lead. Again, Pure Stocks, heat race number 2. Pure Stock drivers, heat race number 2 to the staging area, please. Well, the top 3 pretty secure. Tyler Fisher getting around the 57 of Ecton as they work it back into 3 and 4 and back for lap number 2. 9 Wilkins with a pretty comfortable lead as he works it back to the line. 31 of Yonker, the 62 of Beavers, about a car length separation between those two. In the battle for second, Fisher pulling away a little bit from Ecton, who's now also comfortable in that number 5 spot. 2X of Bailey Johnson on the outside looking in. Ecton's got the transfer spot for the moment as they come back for the 2 to go sign. Johnson closing in on that 57. So again, these races are interesting because you're not only looking for your favorite drivers, but also intrigued by who's going to get the final transfer spot. Right now, Ecton with a 2-car length advantage over Johnson, and the 57 over the 2X as the white flag comes out in qualifier number 1 tonight. Still Wilkins in control. Yonker in second. He's got Beaver shadowing him in the 62. 32 of Tyler Fisher comfortably in the number 4 spot. Ecton about 2 car lengths better than Johnson as he pulls him off at turn number 2 and tries to hold on to the transfer position. Meanwhile, off of 4, going to be Wilkins continuing. Perfect night so far. Track record holder now and picks up heat race number 1. Going to be the 9 of Wilkins, 31 of Yonker, 62 of Beavers, 32 of Fisher, and the 57 of William Ecton Jr. The 5 drivers they transfer into tonight's 24-lap feature event. Stack it up down the back straightaway. Getting set for the second qualifier tonight. Pure Stocks heat race number 3. It should be at the staging area. Top 5 again transfer. Top 5 in this with 5 laps of distance in our second qualifier. Well, green is out and something going wrong with the 78 of Faust as he dropped back a little bit. So the 42 grabs a lead.
Yellow.
Figure it out.
We're going to bring it back.
It looks like we did not have a good start, so we're going to try him again. The back straightaway once again, Faust and Sefel. They have been a tight 1-2 in a lot of feature events this year with Faust coming out on the winning edge. Sefel still looking for that first victory of the season. 88 of Fogel lined up on the inside of that second row along with the current holder T3. Green flag back in the air in our second qualifying event. It'll be Faust down low in turn 1 and 2, and then the long jam behind him. Sefel grabs the second spot. Here comes Fogel, the 88. He'll get third, Reed in fourth. And the 03 of Walters right now the top 5 as they single out and fan out down in turn number 3 and 4. Faust to be the leader of lap number 1. Reed looking to move up in the order. He had a good qualifying run earlier tonight to the inside of Fogel. They make a little bit of contact as Fogel goes high on the groove. Reed in the number 8 clips the number 3 spot. And by the time Fogel can gather it up, the 03 of Walter is down to the inside. That's pivotal because that puts Fogel back in the transfer position right now on the 88 machine with the 12 of David Thompson not far behind. 2 laps complete that time by in pure stock qualifier number 2. And it's Faust in control. Safell a few car lengths better than Reed, and then it jams right up. Walters followed by Fogel, Thompson, and Catlett. So the drivers from 4th on back, they are very much tightly bunched together as they work their way back for 2 laps to go. Still Walters holding on to 4th, Fogel in 5th, the 12 of David Thompson trying in vain to get a transfer spot, but he just can't make it work through those corners, and he drops back a few car lengths in the order. White flag in the air this time by for Evan Faust. Final lap for the 4-time winner of Knoxville, Maryland. Working his way down the back straightaway. Safell in 2nd, Reed, Walters, and Myers. They are the top 5 right now, looking to transfer into tonight's feature event. And the 78 of Evan Faust coming back to the stripe to take that checkered flag. 42 is Safell, the 80 of T3. They'll be the top 3. The 03 of Danny Walters and the 88 of Nick Fogel. They will be the top 5 that transfer into tonight's Eric Johnson tribute event. All right, it's Lindenberg and also Caravello from the front row as we get set for qualifier number 3. Now green is out as Lindenberg takes the lead off into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Caravello in the 41, tucking into 2nd. The 19 of Fuller into 3rd. It's going to be Warren Feltz and Younger battling hard for the number 4 position with the 11A of James Spielman right there in 6th position. Field back for lap number 1. Lindenberg will have it. Caravello, Fuller, and Warrenfeld's in top 4. Yonker in that 31D. It's Darren Yonker making his first appearance of the season, trying to get that transfer spot over the 11A of James Spielman, who's just a few car lengths back in 6th. Challenge for 3rd as Mike Fuller has it, and Warren Feltz wants it back at the 22. He started 3rd and dropped back a little bit and loops it around in turn number 2. Tough break for the 22 of Warren Feltz. You can just see it happen quick in the 64. Just does miss contact, but does spin as well off of that 2nd turn. 19 of Fuller will be 3rd. It'll be the 31 of Yonker, and now the 11A of James Spielman, the new number 5 man in our pure stock qualifier.
Going green this time, drivers.
Get back up 2 by 2 as we get set to go. 3 laps to go in our 3rd pure stock qualifier of the night here at Hagerstown. Lindenberg and Caravello about set to bring them back off at turn 4. Caravello trying to get a better restart with Lindenberg that time. He'll climb the banking a little bit. Lindenberg climbs the banking now off at turn number 2, and that brings Yonker right up there because Caravello had to hit the binders a little bit. Top 3 nose to tail, make it 4th, and here comes Spielman. He's trying to get off that transfer spot. He's got the 11A in 5th, Proctor in the number 5. He's on the outside. He wants a piece of that featured action. Warren Feltz in the 22 there likewise. 2 to go this side that time by, and the top 3, maybe 4. They're comfortable for the moment. Spielman's got the Hornet's Nest behind him. He's got Warren Feltz and Proctor both chasing him down. White flag in the air this time by Lindenberg, Caravello, Yonker, and Fuller. Spielman in the 11A right now in 5th as Warren Feltz got back around the 5 of Proctor and needs one more spot to get himself up into a transfer position tonight. Final lap, everybody single file down the back straightaway. checker to be out in qualifier number 3. The 17 of Randy Lindenberg coming away with the win. The 41 of Tom Caravello will be second. 31D of Darren Yonker third. The 19 of Mike Fuller and the 11A of James Spielman. He'll be the final transfer driver. Green is out with the 06 of Boyce taking that lead to make it Hutton down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 as they come back for the first of 5 circuits tonight. The 13 of Sammy Ryle in second spot. 30 of Sumchan into third. Carter Schenk of the 71, and then again the 32W. That'll be Robert Wilson trying to hold that transfer spot. He's got Hoffman and Boyer right behind him, almost a mirror image of what we saw in race number 3, with 5th place having true drivers side by side behind him, trying to see if they can get that transfer spot. Hutton bobbling a little bit in turn number 1 and 2, but still maintains about a 3-car length advantage. Ryle into 13, the Benjamin second. Trouble up in turn number 1, going to be Wilson and the 13 of Hoffman.
Want to run down low when you get into 1 and 2. There's a lot of fluid down there.
Laps completed in our final 5-lap qualifier in pure stock action tonight. Looking for the top 5. Transferring this one as green flag makes its way back out. Going to be Hutton and Ryle side by side as they take their battle back down into turn number 1 and 2. Sumption back there in third, side by side between Hoffman and Schenk. Leaders remain side by side with Ryle showing the horses on the outside. That 13 machine, he'll grab the lead down in turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time in the final pure stock qualifier of the night. Hutton falls back into second. Sumption, Schenk, and Hoffman. Right now the top 5. 47 to Kevin Boyer trying to find himself into a transfer spot. Hutton, meanwhile, digs down to the bottom side, but Ryle's got it wound up on the top side as he continues to lead down the back straightaway. White flag out this time by. Hutton continues to chip away and just haunt Ryle down to the bottom side of the racetrack. And again, he'll stick it down there as best he can. 13 of Ryle holding that middle to high groove. And Hutton again digging hard down to the bottom side. Drag race down the back straightaway. Going to be Ryle still up that high 3-4 turn. Hutton to the bottom side. But Ryle gets the high side momentum. And Sammy Ryle coming away with victory in heat race number 4. Going to be the 06 of Christopher Hutton, the 30 of Cody Sumption, the 71 of Carter Schenk, and the 13 of Sam Hoffman as the 5 drivers that transfer into, once again, 8 laps of distance. Top 6 to transfer into tonight's feature event. Field off in 3 and 4, Justin Dillman trying to bring him to the green flag. The 52 of Mike Walls on his outside as they work it back into turn number 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. Booze in that B2 has started further back in the field. Going to be the 82 of Andy Freese tucking into third spot. Good battle for fourth. Going to be the 28 of Zook on the inside of Ernst. He'll grab the position. Dillman, meanwhile, the leader of lap number 1. Going to be Walls in second. Mercersburg's Andy Freese back in third. Zook in fourth. Now Kirshner, that 2+2 machine, down to the inside of Ernst into fifth. Zook and Freese now. They're side by side for the number 3 position. Tillman and Walls right now have the lead, but that side-by-side battle brings them right up behind the Walls machine as they come back for lap number 2 tonight in the first 8-lap qualifier. Freese got swallowed up that time. Going to be Zook to the inside. The 28Z grabs the number 3 position, make it second. Walls into third. Freese and Kirshner right there in fourth and fifth. Transfer spot for the moment as they come off at turn number 4 and get set for lap number 3. That's going to go to the 44 is Sean Shoemaker, your current point leader in late model Sportsman action. So Dillman, very good lead right now. About 4 or 5 car lengths, but Zook's on the charge. Walls, Freese, Kirshner, and Shoemaker. They make up the top 6 as they come back for halfway. Zook closing in on the Dillman machine, and he may make a run by the time he gets to turn number 3. Good bite off at turn number 2, and Zook goes to the inside, challenging for the number 1 position. Side by side as Dillman tried to hold him down as best he could, but Zook has got it hooked up and takes the lead here on the front straightaway. Dillman into second, going to be Freese in the 82. Holding on to third, Kirshner in fourth, going to be Mikey Walls in the 52, dropping back maybe to sixth as the 44 of Shoemaker gets to the inside. 2 to go this time by as Zook brings him back to the stripe. Once in front, about a 5-6 car length advantage. Freese's car coming to life. He, a couple laps ago, was in the clutches of a couple of drivers, and now he has since turned the afterburners on, goes after Dillman, and gets the number 2 spot with a white flag out this time by. Dillman back to third, Kirshner fourth, Shoemaker fifth, and now going to be the 0-1 of Matt Glendon, moving up into the number 6 spot as the 52 of Mike Walls continues to fade. And back into 3 and 4, final time, Ryan Zook going to be the winner of Late Model Sportsman qualifier number 1 tonight here at Hagerstown. The 82 of Andy Freese coming in second, the 16 of Justin Dillman third. Cody Kirshner will wind up fourth with Sean Shoemaker and Matt Glendon, the drivers that transfer in. All right, field stacking up. Another 8-lap qualifier. Top 6 drivers to transfer into tonight's 20-lap Late Model Sportsman main event. Oh, green is out. McNeil grabs the lead. A log jam right behind him. Murphy has got Devin Hart all over that rear deck lid. Hart looks to the inside. 76 is straight, the 92 Weaver. They're right now 2x2 racing from second on back as they come back to the stripe. So it's going to be McNeil leading lap number 1, Murphy in second. Now it's going to be Hart looking to the outside, this time off of turn number 2. The inside didn't work down the back straightaway last time. Hart goes into second. Weaver stuffs it down there to the inside of Murphy. He'll claim third off of turn number 4. And here comes Devin Hart to the outside of Pat McNeil. Good, strong battle, and Devin Hart grabbing the lead off turn number 2. Going to be Weaver in the 92 to the inside. He'll get second spot. McNeil third. Murphy fourth. Bonebreak in fifth. And right now, the 88M of Madeline Miller rounding out the top 6 drivers. 3 laps in the books that time by Hart and Weaver. They are the top 2. A car length separation between them. Bonebreak now has gathered himself back up. He was 5th. Goes to the inside of Murphy, wanting the 4th position down in turn number 3. And we put halfway on the board. Bonebreak continuing that move to the inside of McNeil, the 37S, high up in the points this year in Late Model Sportsman action. Moving up into third, McNeil fourth, Murphy fifth, Warrenfeld to the 11 in the transfer spot as the leaders come back for lap number 5. Go this time by as Devin Hart and Justin Weaver have pulled about a straightaway or half straightaway over the 37F of Bonebreak. 11 of Warrenfeld started well back in the order tonight. On the inside of row number 5, he has worked himself up into the number 4 spot. McNeil is 5th. Miller and Murphy, they work for the transfer spot. White flag in the air this time by. Final lap, top 2, 3, 4. They are comfortable. Let's go back to number 5, the 000. Pat McNeil's got it. Miller in the 88 trying to hold on to the transfer position. Spinner in turn number 1 and 2. Going to be straight in the 76 as the checkered comes out. Hart takes the victory. Going to be Weaver in second. Bonebrake winds up in third. Warrenfeld's in fourth. And back to the stripe, McNeil and Miller. They will be the final 2 drivers to make it in tonight's second late model sportsman qualifier. So the 76 of Mason Straight spinning high up in 1 and 2 as the checkered came out on the field. And Devin Hart, our defending champion, coming away with the second. Marlene and Tyler Bear have all been winners in late model sportsman action. So we have got a new winner coming our way in late model sportsmen tonight in a very strong field as we get set for the final 8-lap qualifier. Top 6 to transfer. Field off into 1 and 2. Latham, his first visit to the Speedway. The son of Jamie Latham, a very accomplished late model driver. Austin coming up through the ranks of lower divisions of racing, doing some late model sportsman racing tonight, and has a good run coming off at turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Ziegler in second spot. 22 of Steinhoff. He and Atherton side by side for third. And then back behind him going to be Seibert and the 86 of Palmer. Side by side as well. They swallow Ziegler up. Going to be Atherton down to the bottom side. Steinhoff down low. Ziegler trying to hold on to it and does. And goes right in the path of Seibert. No contact made. Drivers make their way back across the stripe for lap number 2. Now Latham is leading, but here comes Atherton, that 19 machine. Plucking away down to the bottom side. Challenge for the lead down the back straightaway. Steinhoff, Palmer, and Ziegler right now are the top 5. Latham fends them off, makes his way back to the stripe. Lap number 3. Atherton, the 19, right there in second to the bottom side. Going to be Atherton digging down low, and he'll grab that lead off turn number 2. Latham jumping into second spot. Going to be Steinhoff, Palmer, and Seibert. They are the top 5 of the 25 of Jonathan Rayleigh now, moving up into a transfer spot. Once again, East Coast Legend drivers. Heat race number 1, you can make your way to the staging area. East Coast Legends for heat race number 1 to the staging area, please. All right, field coming back. Lap number 5 about to be complete. It's Danny Atherton in control. Casey Steinhoff moments ago got that number 2 spot away from Austin Latham. 86 of Scott Palmer, very strong in 4th. 25 of Rayleigh, along with the 1S of Seibert, they continue to run in a very tight battle in that 5th and 6th position, which will be the final 2 transfer spots as 2 laps go up on the board. The distance left to go in tonight's final late model sportsman qualifier. No change in the running order for anybody as everybody's comfortable in their positions. White flag is out this time by for Atherton. The 19 making it back to the stripe. 22 is Steinhoff. Good solid run. Latham trying to fend off the efforts of Palmer and the 86 machine. Working back into 1 and 2. Going to be Latham still having that good run through the corners. And now going to be Palmer trying to stand on the gas and close the gap. Meanwhile, the field coming off at turn number 4, and Danny Atherton, the 19, coming away with the final late model sportsman qualifier tonight. The 22 of Casey Steinhoff, 6 of Austin Latham, the 86 of Scott Palmer, the 25 of Jonathan Rayleigh, and the 1S of Brandon Seibert. They are the top 6 drivers that transfer into tonight's 20-lap late model sportsman main event. And as we also said earlier, the Legends will be back here on August the 17th with our same group of late model sportsmen, Simulates and Pure Stocks on that night as well. Once again, 6 laps the distance in the first of 3 East Coast Legend qualifiers. Is out. Some good 2x2 racing as they work down the back straightaway. Right now, 27 of Logan Carball from the outside of row number 1, holding that lead, the 30K. Seth Kirchner started on the outside of row number 3, fast man in the warm-ups tonight. He's trying to get to the inside for that second spot. Going to be the 27 of Carball. He'll be the leader of lap number 1. Very tightly bunched for that crowd as they work their way back into turn number 1 and 2. And there's the 5S of Scott Haldishell. As we mentioned, runner-up last night at Clinton County. He grabs the number 1 spot down into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for the number 2 position. Kirchner trying to look to the inside, but going to be the 27 of Carball holding on to second. Kirchner in third. Now top 4-5, very tightly bunched together as they come back for lap number 3, marking the halfway point of tonight's first qualifier. 5S of Haldishell still there, but down to the inside. Here comes the outside post hitter, Carball. He tries, and Kirchner makes it 3 wide, down to the inside. And he will get second. He may be the leader by the time they get into turn number 3 and 4. Good battle for those drivers down in turn 3 and 4 right now. Coming back for the 2 to go indication. It'll still be Haldishell, but again, Carball, Kirchner, they've got themselves a great battle going. And the 5 of Rampmeyer, who was the pole sitter, he's right up there in the battle as well. 126 of Dustin Wiles rounding out the top 5 as the leaders make their way down. White flag will be in the air here in qualifier number 1. So still Haldishell leading in the 5S. He's got a little bit of breathing room right now. Going to be Kirchner in that 30K. Second, 27 of Carball holding on to third. And we do have caution on the speedway down in the turn 1 area. One driver high up in that first turn. Kind of in a rather obscured position from our vantage point, but we do see a car up there as we were about set for the checkered flag as we have 1 lap to go. Again, the 5S, Scott Haldishell up front. 30K of Seth Kirchner. He was fastest in warm-ups, currently running second. 27 of Logan Carball, the outside pole sitter, back in third. 5 of Tyler Rampmeyer in fourth. 1 lap to go here in tonight's first qualifier. The back straightaway, checkered flag held in hand as we get set to go for the first checkered of the night in East Coast Legend action. Going to be the 5S of Rampmeyer. Or make it the Haldishell machine off turn number 4. And back to the stripe, he's going to take it. Haldishell from the back to the front in tonight's first qualifying event. 30K of Seth Kirchner coming home in second, the 27 of Logan Carball.
This time, guys, green this time.
Stack it up, 7 more machines getting set to qualify. 6 laps again the distance here in our second for the East Coast Legends. 31 of Lincoln Kirchner, 44 Dalton Freese bringing us to the green flag. As they head off into 1 and 2, going to be the 31 of Kirchner grabbing that early lead down the back straightaway. 44 of Freese tucking into second spot. 33 of Kirk Martin now tucking into third. 39 of Wayne Dutterer, that bright yellow number 39 machine, holding on to fourth. Leaders coming back, a little 2x2 action. Back to the stripe, Kirchner will be the leader. Here comes the 44 of Freese down to the inside. Top 4 make it back into 1 and 2 as 2 laps will be complete tonight in our second East Coast Legends qualifier. Kirchner, along with the 44 of Dalton Freese, 33 Kirk Martin looking down on the inside for second. He'll fall back in line. Now it's going to be the 44 of Freese climbing the banking, opens the door, and there goes Martin down to the inside. 39 of Dutterer right there, but can't take advantage. Front 4 still very tight as they come back for lap number 3, halfway at our second Legends qualifier. 75 of Ben Morrow leads that next charge of cars as the front four machines work down the back straightaway, led by the 31 of Lincoln Kirchner out of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. He started on the pole. Got the lead, but he hasn't had much breathing room. Kirk Martin has been right there along with the 44 Dalton Freese and the 39 of Federer as they come back for 2 laps to go. And once again, going to be the 44 of Freese, a little out of shape, and Morrow that time, or Federer, able to take advantage of it. The door was left open. The 39 goes underneath. And the 44 of Freese drop it back into fourth with a white flag coming out here in our second qualifier. Now final lap down the back straightaway. 31 of Kirchner started up front. Again, the 33 of Martin right in his tire tracks. 2 car lengths back. 39 of Federer about another 3 back in third. 44 of Freese in fourth. 75 of Morrow right now the top 5 as they come back for the checkered flag in their second qualifier tonight. And the 31 of Lincoln Kirchner will be the winner. 33 of Kirk Martin. 39 of Wayne Federer Jr., the 44 of Dalton Freese, and the 75 of Ben Morrow. They will be the top 5 in qualifier number 2. Field stacking up for our third and final heat race of the night. Again, pure stock drivers for your consi. You need to be in the staging area. Pure stock drivers for your consi to the staging area, please. Green is out in our final qualifier tonight. The 5J of Logan Jones from the inside of road number 2, grabbing that early lead down in turn number 1 and 2. 7 of Colton Freese quickly from well back in the order. He'll get up in the second spot down the back straightaway here on the initial lap. Devin Freese in the 12, jumping down bottom. He is challenging for the number 4 position. Here they come back to the stripe. Going to be Colton Freese looking down to the inside. Lap number 1 going to Logan Jones as they work it back into turn number 1 and 2. Third spot, the 21 of Kelby Freese started on the outside of that front row, dropping back into third. Devin Freese again challenging the 18 machine of Transo as they work it back into 3 and 4 and give Devin Freese the number 4 spot, but climbs the banking, tries to gather it back in. Transo right back underneath and gets that 4th spot back. And once again, very tightly bunched together as they work off the corners. Logan Jones in the 5J right there. The 7 of Colton Freese started on the inside of row number 3. Quickly's moved up into second, trying to find his way around down bottom. Leaders making their way off at turn 3 and 4, tightly bunched together. Those top 5 machines, third position, still going to the 21 of Kelby Freese. 12 of Devin Freese, and then Transo in the 18. They've got a good battle side by side for the number 4 position off turn number 2. Again, Pure Stocks for your consolation event. You should be at the staging area. Pure Stock drivers for your consi to the staging area, please. 2 to go here in our third qualifier. 5J, Logan Jones able to stretch out a little advantage, and actually going to be the 7 of Colton Freese under attack. Devin Freese in the number 12 machine, pulling right up to the rear deck lid of that car. 21 of Kelby Freese is right back there in 4th, and Transo rounding out the top 5. White flag out this time. Well, the Freeses nip and tuck back and forth. Devin had gotten that second spot. Now it's going to be Colby back to the inside. That has allowed Logan Jones to check out of that 5J machine. Working it back off at turn number 4. Checkered in our third and final East Coast Legends qualifier. Going to go to the 5J of Logan Jones. Devin Freese. Colton Freese, the 21 of Kelby Freese. And the 18 of Chris Transo. Also not Freese. Ends up in the top 5 as our qualifiers tonight in our third and final East Coast Legends event. Well, a lot of qualifying, a lot of heat race action earlier tonight, and it comes down to the final 4 spots in the Eric Johnson Tribute. As 4 of these machines will make their way into the 24-lap $1,001 feature event to win tonight. as our field stacks up down in turn number 3 and 4. 7 laps, top 4 to transfer. It'll be Bailey Johnson grabbing the lead from the pole position, 33. Michael Goodwin moving up a couple of rows up into second spot. Thompson third. Catlett, the 45X for the moment, he's got the early transfer spot. The 5 of Dustin Proctor right there behind him as he come back for lap number 1. A lot of battling and scrapping all the way at the tail end of the field as Johnson holds that lead. 33 Goodwin second, 12 of Thompson, then the 45X at Catlett. And a 3-wide battle developing. Here comes Warren Felts right up the middle between Proctor and Bosley, trying to see if he can get up in a transfer spot in tonight's feature event as we come back for lap number 2. Johnson and Goodwin well in control of their top 2 spots. Thompson, the 12 and good shot. And caution, 17 of Bosley spins off at turn number 1 and 2 here on lap number 2. Field getting set for the restart. Off at turn number 4. Going to be Bailey Johnson and Goodwin bringing him back to the stripe. Thompson and Catlett, 3rd and 4th right now. But here comes Warren Felts in the 22 up top. The 5 of Proctor down bottom. That transfer spot is back in position number 4. And Warren Felts is on the move, putting the pressure on Catlett down in turn number 3 and 4. Johnson, the leader, 33 of Goodwin right now in second spot. Here they come off turn number 4. Lap number 3, Warren Felts trying to make it a 3-wide battle down the front straightaway. Warren Felts down bottom to the inside of Thompson, and he'll also possibly get the 45X of Catlett likewise. And Warren Felts indeed side by side with Catlett. He got off the transfer spot real quick. He wants to get another spot up as they work it back to the stripe for lap number 4. Still Johnson the leader, Goodwin in second, side by side Catlett and the 22 of Warren Felts. 12 of David Thompson fading just a little bit, trying to latch on to that battle and see if he can still get into tonight's feature event. Warren Felts meanwhile to the inside, the 33 of Goodwin down the back straightaway. Now up into second. 2 to go, this time in tonight's consolation event. So Bailey Johnson, the 2X in control from the pole position. Couple of car lengths advantage at 22 of Michael Warren Felts. He's been the driver to watch out for. He started on the inside of row number 2, but has had some work to do after a slow start early. He's gathered it back in. He's comfortably in this feature event tonight as the white flag comes out. 33 of Michael Goodwin holding on to 3rd. Now the 12 of David Thompson has gotten back around the 45X of Catlett, and he's got the transfer spot as the field heads down the back straightaway for the final time. And trouble for Warren Felts. He's off the pace a little bit. Now he gathers it back up, almost like he lost a gear. The car got out of gear. Johnson is going to come away with the victory. Warren Felts will wind up in second. Goodwin in 3rd. Thompson edges out John Catlett. He'll get that final transfer spot in tonight's Pure Stock Consolation event. Also a little drama down the back straightaway. The final time looked like the 22 of Warren Felts' car may have gone out of gear. He was off the pace very quickly. Tonight's late model Sportsman Conti, top 6 drivers transfer into the main event. 20 laps in distance later on tonight as we get the green flag in our final qualifying event of the night. Mike Walls had a plethora of problems in his heat race earlier tonight. Looked like he was well on his way. He started up front, but slowly dropped back. Now the 52 has grabbed that lead early. 21 Emma Matt Murphy up into second position here on the first of 10 circuits tonight. 14 to Cody Breeden, a regular in our freight late model class, running late model Sportsman's tonight up into 3rd. Chad Ernst in the number 4 spot. Brad Umps from the back of the field. He's already into a transfers position. He's up into 5th. Ziegler, 27, right now holding on to 6th. Walls right now with about a 10-car length advantage. Murphy under attack by Breeden. That's for the number 2 position. Brad Olmsted, the number 5, as we mentioned, started at the tail end of the field to the inside of row number 5. And he's already worked his way up into 4th. Ernst in 5th. Ziegler holding on to 6th as they come back for lap number 3. Still a good side-by-side battle between Murphy and Kirshner as they come back for lap number 4. Walls in the 52 well in control. And looks like Kirshner's going to grab that position off of turn number 4 that time. Murphy gives him racing room, and that also brings the 5 of Brad Umps a little bit closer. Ernst back there in 5th, going to be Ziegler in 6th as Croney's in the 5.56 drifting down the front straightaway. As we get set for halfway in tonight's late model Sportsman Consi event, Croney's not going to make it. Caution will be out before we can get to that halfway point. As we still have 6 to go here in our late model Sportsman Consi. Back out, 1 lap shy of the halfway point here at tonight's late model Consi. They stack up from 3rd on back. Going to be Walls and Kirshner, the top 2. Here comes Brad Umps in the number 5 machine. He's been on the charge, and that caution helped him that much more. He powers around the Murphy machine. They are still side by side in turn 3 and 4. And Umps has the high side momentum and moves up into 3rd. Murphy in 4th. Ernst, and now Mason Booz coming to life in the B2 machine. Did not look good for him for a while. And now Booz finds himself on the transfer spot. Second half of tonight's 10-lap qualifier is gotten underway. 6 laps complete. Mike Walls well in control. And Brad Umps got the spot from Murphy moments ago, but now Murphy fighting back on the inside as the 76 of Mason Straight tucks it into the infield area. We go back for lap number 7. Great battles at 3rd on back. Still going to be Umps and Murphy going at it, and here comes Chad Ernst to join the battle. All those drivers have transferred in. Booz in the B2 is back there in 6th position. As 2 laps to go come on the board this time by. It'll be Umps reassuming that number 2 position. Chad Ernst may slide in a spot as well. Murphy trying to hold him off in 4th position. White flag in the air in tonight's late model Sportsman contest. Now the final lap for the 52, Mike Walls started on the pole position. The Hanover, Pennsylvania driver overcoming some issues from the heat race and roaring back into the starting lineup in tonight's late model Sportsman feature event. 14 of Cody Kirshner will come home in 2nd. The 5 of Brad Umps, the 21 of Matt Murphy, the E85 of Chad Ernst, and the B2 of Mason Booz. They'll be the 6 drivers transferring into tonight's late model Sportsman main event. Well, that'll wrap up our qualifying tonight on a very busy night here at the Hagerstown Speedway as they come down the front straightaway, and you see that 1J. That is the Eric Johnson car pacing our field tonight here at the Hagerstown Speedway for our 24-lap event.
All right, drivers, at the 03 and the 19. 03, you're going to go the whole way up to first place. 03 to the inside, the whole way up to first place. 19, you're going to go to the outside, that outside row. You're going to go the whole way up to 2nd place for this 4 wide.
All right, fans, here we go. You see it with the World of Outlaw sprint cars. You see it in Lucas Oil and World of Outlaw late model action. Tonight, a true treat for our pure stock drivers and their fans. These guys get their turn to do a 4 wide salute here at the Hagerstown Speedway. You talk about some of the best in the business. You know, we talk about sprint cars and late models and the top cars of racetracks. These guys are the bread and butter. This is the back gate. These are the people that bring the fans, not only do the late models and sprints bring them, but these are your blue-collar guys. These are the hard workers each and every week. Everybody is, but these guys deserve it just as much as everybody else. Fans, when you get the chance, they come up for turn number 4. Get on your feet, cheer on your favorite driver, and say thank you, Karen Blevins, everybody, with the Eric Johnson tribute. This is the finale
Good job,
of this
guys.
event.
Good job.
5 years we have run it, and here they go, 4 wide for your pure stocks down the front straightaway, and a great sight to see.
All right, inside or the middle 2 rows can go ahead and pull away.
Kevin Hines in 2019, Cody Sumption in 2021, Cody Breeden in 2022, and Jason Wilkins a year ago. 2 former winners, one of them the new track record holder, and he's on the pole. The other is a little bit further back in the field. We got 24 laps and so many very strong cars set to do battle. Wilkins in the number 9, Lindbergh in a 17L. They get set to go. Pace Truck and our Eric Johnson car make their way off into the infield area. Tonight, the Pure Stocks are in the spotlight here at the Hagerstown Speedway. They one of the most prolific Pure Stock races ever as they work their way off in turn number 3 and 4. The Eric Johnson tribute is about set for the green flag. Jason Wilkins grabbing that early lead. Evan Faust, the big-time winner right now, trying to get himself to the inside of one-time winner Randy Lindenberg, side by side as they work it back into turn number 3 and 4. Lap number 1 of 24 tonight here at the Hagerstown Speedway in the Vokes, and Wilkins will get that first lap. Faust in the second, going to be Lindenberg in third. Ryle in the 13, holding on to 4th here early. Down to the inside, going to be the 31 of Yonker. That's going to be Nathaniel Yonker. Going to have to keep an eye on that. He's also got another Yonker further back in the field. That's Darren Yonker, not too far behind him. Leaders making their way off at turn number 4. Wilkins and Faust, a very tight 1-2 as they complete 2 of 24. Faust looking down on the bottom side. Wilkins giving him that racing room as the old door is open down the back straightaway. For the moment, going to be Wilkins holding that lead. They have got themselves a good 5-6 car length advantage over the 17L of Randy Lindenberg. Side by side as they come back to the line. Wilkins with the edge. Faust continuing to chip away down to the low side. The 4-time winner and number 2 man in the points. Looking to see if he can be the latest and final winner of this Eric Johnson tribute race. Lindenberg falling back into 3rd spot. Going to be Yonker in 4th, Ryle in 5th. 06 of Hutton back in the number 6 spot as the leaders working back into turn number 3 and 4. Safel back behind them, then the 41 of Caravello. Those are the drivers that make up the top 6 or 7. Challenge now going for the number 3 position as the 45X of John Catlett heads it off at the back pit area here on lap number 4. Yonker to the inside of Lindenberg. That's the battle for 3rd. Ryle single file for the moment in 5th. Going to be the 42 of Safel moving up into the 6th position. Leaders coming back off at turn number 4. 06 of Hutton back behind them. Then the 41 of Caravello. The 8 of Keith Reed. And the 31. That will be the Darren Yonker machine. They are the top 10 early in tonight's event. Top 4 right now single file. Safel, the driver that's on the move. He goes to the inside of Ryle looking for a top 5 run as they come back for lap number 6. 4th of the way through tonight's Eric Johnson tribute. And here goes Faust again, chipping away on that bottom side. Wilkins has it wound up and bobbles slightly as they challenge for the lead down the back straightaway. Evan Faust looking to become the new leader here on lap number 7. To the bottom side goes to 78, and the 4-time winner trying to find his way, but Wilkins powers back on the outside. They're still dead even at the stripe. Meanwhile, trouble for the 13 of Sammy Ryle as he climbs the banking in turn number 4, and that will bring out the caution as he comes to a stop. Back in row number 4. And then you've got the 62 of Beavers and Darren Yonker in that 31D. 7 of 24 in the books as we get set to go back to green. 71 of Carter Shank heads off into the back pit area before we go back to green flag racing, and we do off turn number 4. Going to be Evan Faust up to the gearbox quickly and back into turn number 1 and 2. Wilkins on his outside, looking to see if he can reclaim that number 1 spot. Everybody side by side all the way through the field for the moment. Yonker in the 31. He was battling Lindenberg before the caution came out, now trying to snare that number 3 position down in turn 3 and 4. Still side by side in the battle for 5th on back. It's a toughie. Saffold gets turned. Going to be drivers behind him. A lot of contact. Everybody got jammed up, and Andrew fell to the inside wall of turn number 4. Stacked up, 8 laps completed, the 24 that make up tonight's feature event. Faust and Wilkins back up front. Going to be Yonker and Lindenberg side by side. In row number 2, green flag back in the air. And once again, Evan Faust charging down to the bottom of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2, grabbing that lead as he slides up the bank a little bit. Wilkins of the 9 on the charge to the outside. Yonker again reassumes that number 3 spot from Lindenberg, as a 41 of Tom Caravello also very strongly up in that number 5 spot. Side by side, here we go again. Wilkins fighting back on the outside here at lap number 9 for the lead. 2 by 2 for the front 4 positions. Going to be the 41 of Caravello back in 5th, and now Wilkins again charging hard on the outside. Has a half-car length advantage as he works it back into 3 and 4. Faust keeping him honest down to the low side. Going to be Yonker in 3rd. Lindenberg in the number 4 spot. Top 5 made up by the 41 of Caravello as they work back to the line. Christopher Hutton, Keith Reed, Cody Sumption, Dylan Beavers, and Mike Fuller. They make up the top 10 here at lap number 10 of tonight's event. Faust again with a good charge. Wilkins reassumed that lead, but Faust right on that rear bumper. Almost ran over the number 9. Now he'll go to the outside. And those 2 drivers look like there was going to be an issue with them battling each other, but the problems are on the 9 of Jason Wilkins, your defending champion. He's pulling up in turn 4, drifting down the front straightaway. And I'll put Nathaniel Yonker on the outside of that front row. Randy Lindenberg and the 06 of Christopher Hutton. They'll be back in row number 2, the 41 of Caravello on the inside of that 3rd row as we get set to go back to green here at lap number 11. Going to be Faust down to the bottom side, and again bringing that car right up the banking, and that kind of loses him some momentum. Lindenberg and Yonker side by side for 2nd. Caravello and Hutton side by side back for 4th. 2 by 2 racing for about the next 6 spots in line. Leaders make their way back into 3 and 4, halfway on the board. We are halfway home in tonight's Eric Johnson tribute. 12 in the books and 12 to go. Faust now has it wound up on the outside. His marquee spot as he holds the lead. Yonker in the 31 now tries to draw away from the rest of the field likewise. He's within 2 car lengths down the back straightaway. 17 Ellen Lindenberg. He remains in 3rd. The 06 of Hutton. He is side by side with the 41 of Caravello. They are battling well inside that top 5. Then here comes Sumption, the 30, the 2021 winner of this event. The 8 of Keith Reed and the 62 of Dylan Beavers. All right there, jumbled up together. Just outside the back end of that top 5. Once in front now, Faust beginning to stretch that advantage out. We have seen that so many times before. 14 on the board, 10 circuits to go in tonight's Eric Johnson tribute. Faust up top, top, it's going to be Yonker down bottom. Those two drivers have edged away. The battle is on for third. Lindenberg's got it. Caravello in the 41. He's right there in fourth. The 30 of Cody Sumption. He's coming to life along with the 06 of Hutton. They are 2x2 racing from third on back as they work it back for lap number 15 here in tonight's feature event. 8 of T3, the 62 of Dylan Beavers, and the 88 of Nick Vogel. They're the drivers in the top 9. 13 of Hoffman. He's trying to get to the inside of Ecton Jr. in the 57. That's the battle for the number 10 position as they come back for lap 16. Oh, in trouble for Yonker. Going up in smoke big time in turn 3 and 4. What a cloud of smoke for the 31. And caution back out on the speedway.
Coming out of 4. Stay high coming out of 4.
Like it's clearing up down there in turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Thanks out to our track crews getting everything sopped up. And we get set. Come back to green. 8 laps to go here in tonight's Eric Johnson Tribute. Green back in the air. Going to be Randy Lindenberg taking his shot this time. And again, Evan Faust showing the horses. Here comes Tom Caravello with the 41. Powering to the inside of Lindenberg. Here all last year. He was not here until last weekend and made an impression. And right now, he's heading towards the front of the field. Randy Faust back to the straight. Caravello and Lindenberg side by side. 3-wide battle back there for the 4th spot. Sumption, Hutton, and Keith Reed. And the battle continues. Here comes Caravello. He got to the inside of Lindenberg. Got the 2nd spot. It's going to be Faust up top. Caravello down to the low side. Here for lap number 18. Using that cushion to his advantage. Caravello keeping it down low. 2 car lengths separation between the top 2. Lindenberg 3rd. Cody Sumption, the 2021 winner of this event. He's 4th. Point leader Keith Reed back in 5th. Hutton in 6th. Leaders coming back for lap number 19. Has it cranked up as he works it back for 5 laps to go this time by. Caravello continuing to press hard. Lindenberg in 3rd, Sumption in 4th. He's not done yet. Going to be Reed in 5th and down to the inside. Here comes Dylan Beavers. He'll look to the end to the inside. Sumption on the inside of Lindenberg. That's the battle for 3rd right now. Beavers has worked around Keith Reed. He's made it up to the top 5. Christopher Hutton back in that number 7 spot. 03 followed by Walters in the 13 of Hoffman. The 22 of Tyler Fisher starting from the back end of the field. Right behind him another driver that had an incident early. The 42 of Safel trying to crack back into the top 10 as well. Field back to the stripe. 2 laps to go here in the Eric Johnson Tribute event. Well, it's been a great season for Evan Faust. May continue, but Caravello not letting him out of his sights. He took the low line. He's about 2 car lengths back. Now make it 3 as Faust has it wound up down the back straightaway. Leaders coming back. White flag in the air. Time running out as Caravello tries in vain to catch that high fly in 78. The white is out tonight to the Eric Johnson Tribute event. Final lap, a 4-time winner and number 2 man in our point standing so far this year. The Knoxville, Maryland driver trying to add another huge event to his list of victories, and he'll do it. Evan Faust coming away with victory number 5, and the 5th edition of the Eric Johnson Tribute goes to him. The 41 of Tom Caravello will wind up in 2nd. Former champion Cody Sumption in 3rd. Randy Lindenberg and Dylan Beavers will be your top 5 in tonight's 24-lap main event. he's getting it as Evan Faust makes his way into victory lane. See the beautiful trophies that are being presented tonight. As we mentioned, the big check that's going to be coming out is courtesy of Brent Hoddle of Nita Side. There he is, your Eric Johnson Tribute winner, Evan Faust, for the 5th time in 2024. Once again, our trophy for the winner being provided by the Spielman family, the 11A racing team, and again, the trophies for 2nd and 3rd also courtesy of the Spielman family. Of course, those going to Tom Caravello and our former champion Cody Sumchan in the number 30. Some of the many things that are being provided tonight. We mentioned we're going to have a Hard Charger Award, a Tough Luck Award, a Longest Haul Award. But I tell you, the haul that this guy is doing this year is great. 5 times a winner. Evan, I missed you about 1:45 last Sunday morning because I thought, you know what, Evan's seen enough of me, but you know what, I'm not going to let you get out of sights. Victory number 4 last week. This is number 5. It's been a dream season. It's a 5th victory, but I got to believe this has got to stay up there as one of the biggest in your racing career.
Yeah, I mean, when you start racing this class and you come around the dirt track forever and you watch, and this race is with the 6-1 or whatever, but there are a couple times a year where everybody shows up and this is a class and this is the race, so definitely means something to win these ones for sure. I got to thank Jesus Christ for sure right off the jump. We got Jesus Loves You on the back. He loves everybody here. We're trying to spread that word. There's a lot of drama, a lot of things that happen down these pits, and I'm trying to turn to Jesus to make sure that I keep my head on straight, keep living the way I want to live, racing the way I want to live, and having fun, and spreading that word to these little kids at this racetrack. And you know, we got the Terminator chassis. If you want to get one, beat us. These things are bad to the bone. We've been teched after every win. I think we keep passing tech. We don't have no problem. So, talk to Terminator, Mullins Race Engines. I can't do this without my uncle, my dad, my wife, my kids supporting me. This is supposed to just be a hobby, and it's turned into just relentless. The more people talk, the more it makes me want to work harder. The more my uncle wants to work harder. So if everybody wants to keep talking, we're just going to keep working, and we're going to keep getting results.
You talked about Jesus. I think Jesus almost had to take the wheel with you and Jason Wilkins down that back straightaway. Problems hit him. Obviously, you almost ran right in the back of him because something did happen going into turn number 3 and 4. You took the high side, and then Jason was headed up the banking. Take me through that lap. That was a pretty scary moment for you.
Well, Jason said before the race he's having problems with his belt, and then when we were getting ready to take off, there was fluid coming out of the back of his car. I don't know what that was. And I was kind of back there pacing Jason. I mean, he's a heck of a race car driver, so I wasn't in a real hurry, just trying to figure out where we were at. And was running the bottom and could get to him on the bottom, had runs on him, was kind of just hanging there, and then he slipped up and I took it, and he got back around me on the high side, and luckily he showed himself just in time where I just thought he was trying to take the low side from me, so I said, all right, I'll take the high side. And then when I come back around and seen he was out here broke, I knew that he had cut me off just because his car broke. And so, yeah, it's just, he was going low, I was going high.
Crazy moment, but it ended up in good shape. We've got Karen Blevins here with a beautiful check that she's going to present to you. A great-looking trophy as well. Karen, come on in, and we're going to let you go ahead and do that presentation as well.
I know putting on this kind of event is a lot of work, and I appreciate her a ton. I know it's not coming back next year. We'll have to try to figure something else out, because this event is so much fun for this class. And yeah, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for all the hard work.
All right, Evan Faust checking in for his 5th.
I just think it's ironic that Evan also sponsored the race. He sponsored 2 of the finishing positions. And when we were chatting through text message about that, I told him I'd see him at the track, and he said, I hope to see you in Victory Lane.
Well, guess what? You're both here. Congratulations, Evan. Karen Blevins to present the check right now. Beautiful trophy coming in as well as our winner of the final edition of our Eric Johnson tribute here at the Hagerstown Speedway. flag is out in tonight's 15-lap Simulate main event. 65, Dylan Wilson grabbing the early lead. One-time winner earlier this year. Has worked himself back to the stripe. Rob Nichols, Jason Giesemann, and the 0B. Bradley Means, they are right up there in the thick of the battle. Spinner, two drivers getting together, make it 40 high in turn 1 and 2. 03 of Brady Neff, one of those drivers involved, looked like the 00. Started 81 to Jason Giesemann. One-time winner back there on the inside. Bradley Means in the 0B back in row number 2. Field stacked up in turn 3 and 4 as we get set to go back to green. Giesemann with a heck of a jump on the restart. He powers at 81 up in the second spot. Wilson will take him into turn number 1 and 2. He got around Nichols. Speaking of Giesemann, now going to be Means. Here comes the 1C of Steve Kent. He had some left front damage in a heat race earlier tonight. As a result of that, he had to start deep in the field. And he is powering himself up around Rob Nichols and up into third here in the early going. Nichols back into fourth right now, and another car spins. Going to be the 03 and Neff up into the wall. Another one right behind him. That's going to be the 18 of Chris Transo. Also spins just a little bit further down the road. Steve Kent, Rob Nichols back in row number 2. As we still have 13 circuits to go here in tonight's Simulate main event. Green flag about to go back in the air off turn number 4. It'll be Wilson hugging that bottom rail down in turn number 1 and 2. Steve Kent also trying to see if he can gather things up. Here comes Means in that 0B. Looked like he had a run on him moments ago, but falls back into fourth position. Giesemann second, Kent third. Going to be Means in fourth. The 7 of Rob Nichols making up the top 5 here at lap number 3. Nichols trying to regain some of the spots he lost. The 7 driver out of Winchester, Virginia, started on the pole. Now he's back to the inside of Means to reclaim the number 4 position. 00 of Ryan Bloom. Right now running up there in 6th spot. He's trying to latch on to the top 5 as Dylan Wilson brings him back for lap number 4. Ken the 1C, he along with Giesemann. They are parked side by side on that back straightaway, and right now Kent trying to get to the inside. They made a little contact down in the 1-2 turn area, look like. Kent down to the bottom side. Giesemann trying to pinch him down there and keep him as Wilson opens up a quarter of a straightaway lead here at the 1/3 mark in tonight's Simulate main event. Kent goes into second spot. The 81 of Giesemann holding on to third now. Going to be Rob Nichols in fourth. Means in fifth as Wilson continues to stretch that advantage out. One-time feature winner making his way back off at turn number 4 as he begins the completion of lap number 6. Well, Kent got that spot. Now he's opened up a little bit of a gap over Giesemann by about 2 or 3 car lengths. We close in on the halfway point in tonight's Simulate main event. Late model Sportsmen for your main event. You can make your way to the staging area. Late model Sportsman drivers for your main event to the staging area, please. Halfway on the board as Wilson brings the 65 back to the stripe. Kent now second, Giesemann third, Nichols in fourth, Means holding on to fifth, the 00. Ryan Bloom back there in the number 6 spot, followed by the 111 of Gary Kiefer, holding on to 7th. 28 is 8th right now. And being the Kyle Denson machine as the leaders make their way back off at turn number 4. And now as Kent worked around the lap car of Jeremy Mills, Giesemann sees the opportunity to close back in. Now he drops it down to the bottom side. And the race for second back on, and it's over as quickly as we said that. The 81 of Giesemann kicks it back to the inside, and back into second spot he goes.
That's me.
I need the microphone.
No white flag out for Dylan Wilson as he carries that 65 down the back straightaway for the final time. Driver starting on the inside of road number 2. Closing in on some slower cars, but he can ease off the throttle with a very healthy lead off of that fourth turn. Wilson will check in and join Steve Kent as two-time winners in Simulate Action in 2024. 81 of Jason Giesemann coming home in second. The 1C of Steve Kent for third. The 7 of Rob Nichols and the 0B Bradley Means will be the top 5. First win of the 2024 season. And tonight, he's back for a second time. Dylan Wilson in the 65, your Simulate winner tonight here in Hagerstown. Well, Dylan, after that victory a few weeks ago, I thought, oh, we're in trouble now because he's looking awful good. And then Steve Kent charged in the victory lane a couple times last week. Again, proving the strength of this Simulate crowd. But you're right back, a very strong car once again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this field, there's no slouches in this field. I mean, you can't count anybody out on any lap. The moment you think you really got it, there's probably about 8 guys that's going to completely prove you wrong. But, man, this thing was hooked up all night. And it was just our night to win. I mean, when it's your night, then nothing's going to stop you.
What was the key for you tonight?
Consistency definitely was the big thing. I mean, I missed my marks getting into one a couple of times and slid a little high in the center, and I thought, oh, man, someone's going to make me pay for that. But they weren't there. I mean, it's getting slick in them corners, but there's bite down at the bottom if you can hug it. And I think my rear brakes were begging for mercy trying to keep me turned down to the bottom.
Who would you like to thank this evening?
Well, first and foremost, like always, my dad, my girlfriend for putting up with all this and the money I spend. Brian and Jim. Jim wasn't here with us on the first win, so I was glad to be able to get back here with him here. They're there with us every week. I couldn't do it without them. Bollinger Builders, removal. He's new with us this year.
Your +2 will be the 16 and then the 92.
Here without him. Jim Bilger's Garage, JL Logistics and Excavating, Bun Trucking, Fairweather Farm Rescue. What's that? Purdy Trucking, Close Racing Supply, Roosted Chassis, and just everybody down here, my whole family, my girlfriend's family, which they might as well be my family, they're here. And it's cool to be here, be able to do it when they're here, because they're huge racing fans. So just everybody, and thanks to the fans for coming out. We wouldn't get to do it without you guys coming to watch us.
All right, great job tonight, Dylan. Congratulations. Enjoy with your friends and family.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Dylan Wilson checking in his second time this year in Simulate action. Sportsman main event. You see the 11 of Austin Warnfeld's troubles and not able to start. He's still sitting on pit lane as Danny Atherton, the pole sitter, grabbing the lead, and trouble for Justin Dillman high in turn 3. Palmer up front, Freese and Bonebrake back in row number 2. Going to be Kirshner and Steinhoff in that third row as we get set to go. Still 20 laps in our late model Sportsman main event. Danny Atherton shoots out to a pretty good lead right now. Andy Freese to the inside of Palmer. He'll go to second. Kirshner and Palmer right now side by side for third. As the field comes back to late lap number 1. Kirshner around Freese and moving up into second quickly. Justin Weaver in the 92 also on the move in that car. He got around Palmer in turn number 1 to the exit of turn 2. He's around Andy Freese and he's on the charge likewise. Meanwhile, Cody Kirshner looking to the outside of Danny Atherton. He wants to be the leader of lap number 2 and may indeed do it. He will just at the stripe and tries to grab that lead high off that second turn. Going to be Weaver back in third, Freese in fourth, Palmer fifth, Bonebrake in the number 6 spot, Zook in the 28Z tearing up through the field to the inside of Shoemaker, and now Mike Walls. And that will put him a little bit higher up in the order, just outside the top 5. Still side by side for your lead down the front straightaway here at lap number 3. And caution is back out on the speedway. 2 of them tangled again in turn number 3. Backed up and ready to go once again. Kirshner on the inside. Danny Atherton on the high side as we get set to go. 3 laps complete here in tonight's late model Sportsman main event. Weaver wasting little time. That car's been on the charge at 92 down to the inside. He'll grab second spot. Now Freese on the outside of Atherton. Here comes Ryan Zook again. He powers using that low side down the back straightaway. He's got Palmer and Bonebrake side by side just in front. Leaders making their way back through 3 and 4. Kirshner back to the stripe. 3 car lengths better than Weaver. Then it's going to be Atherton, Freese, and Palmer. They're the top 5 here in the early going. Zook back in 6th. Bonebrake holding on to 7th. Mike Walls in the 52. Consi winner. He is making his way up through the field. Gets around Bonebrake moments ago. That puts him up into 7th spot. Checking our defending champion and our points leader, Devin Hart, the defending champ a year ago in the 33K, back in 9th position. The 44 is Shoemaker. Holding on to 10th. He's under attack by the 22 of Steinhoff. Meanwhile, we may have a new change for the lead. Here comes Weaver to the inside. The 92 trying to get the lead from Kirshner. He'll grab it down on the bottom side. That low side momentum off turn number 2. Shot like a cannon. Now off the back turn. And he opens up a 2-car length advantage. Further back, it's Allard in 3rd. Zook has made his way up into 4th. Palmer 5th. Freese in 6th. And Mike Walls, the Consi winner, now up into 7th. Bobbles a little bit that time, and that allows Devin Hart and Bonebrake to both get around the 52 of Walls. But once in front, Weaver in the 92 checking out down the back straightaway. Palmer and Freese having their own battle. That'll put Palmer at the 86 right now, holding on to 5th as Freese is right on that high side of him. Leaders making their way back to the stripe. Lap number 8 of the 20 laps complete tonight.
Thank Justin Weaver.
Leaders off at turn number 2, halfway, about to go on the board here in tonight's late model Sportsman main event. Kirshner in the 2+2 trying to see if he can regain what he lost, but Justin Weaver just checking out. Danny Atherton, Ryan Zook, and Andy Freese remain the top 5 as we hit cross flags. Weaver, 10 in the books, 10 to go in tonight's late model Sportsman main event. Weaver will be hitting some lap traffic here in a few moments in the 92 machine as he works back to the 3 and 4. 000 Pat McNeil, the first driver he'll encounter. Dan Kirshner is comfortably in the number 2 spot. He's got a half straightaway lead. The battle for 3rd could be coming. Danny Atherton under attack. Here comes the 28Z of Ryan Zook in 4th. 82 of Andy Freese in 5th. Bonebrake back in 6th. Going to be Devin Hart holding on to 7th. The 8th spot to Scott Palmer. 9th to Mike Walls and Jonathan Raley and Shoemaker. Those two are side by side for the 10th position. Watching Weaver make his way back into 1 and 2. 12 in the books here in tonight's 20-lap main event. And no problem dissecting lap traffic. Mason Booz in the B2 will be the next one in line. Everybody he has to encounter right now by their lonesome, running single file as Weaver hits to the bottom of the racetrack. Almost makes contact with Booz as he comes by for lap number 13. Ryan Zook got that 3rd position. He checked out. Danny Atherton in the 4th spot right now under attack by the 82 of Andy Freese, who's looking on the outside. 37F of Bonebrake, the 33K of Devin Hart, and then the 86 of Palmer in line single file. And looks like the 25 of Jonathan Raley tagged the wall down the back straightaway. He tries to gather it back up. He was running right around the 10th position, battling with the 44 of Shoemaker. And now Raley's gathered it back up as we get set for 5 to go off turn number 4. And Weaver hits that 15-lap mark very quickly. Working the back end of the field, the 14 of Cody Breeden and the 6 of Austin Lathram. They'll be the next cars in line for Weaver to dissect down the back straightaway. No issues with worrying about second place closing. They've got to deal with the same lap traffic, and Weaver is just carving them up right now off of turn number 4 as he comes back for lap 16. Solid battle further back, and you got to go all the way back to where Bonebrake is, making Andy Freese from 4th position on back. Got Freese, Bonebrake, Danny Atherton. His car is fading a little bit. Devin Hart and Scott Palmer. They're all right there together as the leaders come back for lap number 17. Going to be Weaver already in turn number 1 and 2. And when he comes off that turn, he can almost see the back end of the top 5. He has really been lit up tonight at that 92 machine. Carving up the field and working his way back for the 2 to go indication this time by. Cody Kirshner remains in 2nd. Ryan Zook has closed as Kirshner showing some sparks from underneath that car. Looks like from the left front. And he's encountering some issues. Zook is closing. We'll watch that as the white flag comes out on Justin Weaver. The 000 Pat McNeil heads off into the pit area here with 1 lap to go. And as we watch the leader make his way into 1 and 2, Kirshner holding on. Zook is closing in 3rd position. And Kirshner just trying to hold on for dear life with whatever issues he's got on that left front. Zook closes the gap that much more. They're also battling in lap traffic. Meanwhile, off turn number 4, Justin Weaver smokes the field tonight, taking the late model Sportsman main event. Kirshner holding on for dear life, trying to win the battle. Back to the stripe, barely does over the 28Z of Ryan Zook. After that, it's going to be Andy Freese holding on to fourth, and boom break in the 37F, rounding out the top five. +2 of Cody Kirshner holding on for second, but there he is, Justin Weaver, your late model Sportsman winner tonight here at Hagerstown. I think if we give you a tricycle, no motor, no nothing, you could go out there and wax the field. I tell you, Justin, it's been a very good month for you. Tell us how things have been.
Yeah, it's just everything's going pretty good. I got to thank Frankie for this opportunity. Him and his dad, man, just a phenomenal race car. We tuned on it all night. We was like really far off whenever we got out here for warm-ups, and just worked on it all night long, and had a really good car here for the feature, and was able to pick off a couple there early and just get to the front.
Yeah, started on the inside of row number 6. You had some strong contenders in front of you, but that car just looked like he was shot out of a cannon, so whatever adjustments you guys made really did the trick.
Yeah, we kind of tuned her up to try to go early there because I knew we were going to have to try to pick some of them off before we got strung out because it was going to be hard to make up some ground. So, yeah, I don't really know a whole lot of Frankie's sponsors, so, I might leave him to that part of it, but just thanks to all his guys and all my guys for coming together and working really hard on this thing. Really excited.
I know it's a hot, tiring month, but I tell you, and I don't mean to go to another racetrack, but you've really been hot over at Port Royal doing the Super Late Model action. Are we going to see you here next Sunday for the Saggy Tribute? I don't mean to put you on the spot right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. That's we kind of took a week off to be fully prepared for that deal. We're looking really forward to it. Got something special we're doing for it that we're going to hold out on for right now, but we kind of put this together there's a couple big shows at Port Royal coming up, so we thought we'd try to get a tune in on this thing, and we're heading in the right direction. Oh,
you head in the right direction big time. Justin, it's going to be a pleasure to see you next Sunday, but thanks so much for stopping by. Always great to have you here at Hagerstown. You're one of the class acts in late model sportsmen or super late model racing. Thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations on a great win.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's I just always love racing here, man. I wish we'd come here more often on the super stuff, but thanks all the fans for coming out, and like I say, all thanks to Frankie's guys and allowing me to do this.
All right, Justin Weaver checking in as our latest late model sportsman winner here at Hagerstown this year.
This lineup is good. Watch the bumper contact, no bump drafting on the straightaways. Have a safe race. Good luck. Come on, guys. Green this time.
Coming by, going to be the 5J. Logan Jones grabbing that early lead. Kirshner, top. He'll challenge to the inside. That battle for the number 1 spot. Against on that 5S machine starting up front. He is the leader of the outside pole sitter, Lincoln Kirshner in the 31 in second. 5J in third. 30K of Seth Kirshner. Right now the front row, they have assumed and kept those front 4 spots. Here with 3 laps complete in our 15-lap main event. Kirshner peeking down there, but how the shell
Take it in, Moses, take it in.
place lap for Michelle in County Speedway. A legend making its way off into the pit area. All right, about to hit the third mark in tonight's main event for the East Coast Legends. Again, Scott Haldesheld out of Enola, Pennsylvania. Starting up front, here comes Devin Freese of the number 12, though, to the inside, battling for third. Trying to get around that 5J of Logan Jones. Back to the stripe, lap number 5, a third of the way through our East Coast Legends main event. 33 occurs. Devin Freese. Logan Jones. Side, they follow them up for 3 and 4. All the while, the 5S of Haldesheld holding on to the lead and trying to edge away here at lap 6. Haldesheld, 3-car length advantage right now. Going to be Jones in second. Devin tried a moments ago on Kirchner, couldn't do it down low. Now he goes to the high side and grabs that third position with the 33 of Kirk Martin rounding out the top 6 position. The 39 of Wayne Duderer Jr. back in 7th, going to be the 27 of Logan Carball. So again, Devin Freese trying to challenge the advantage for your leader, Brett Haldesheld. I think it's Scott Haldesheld as he worked it back off at turn number 4, halfway on the board here in our East Coast Legends main event. Pure Stocks for your makeup feature. You can make your way to the staging area. Pure Stock drivers for your makeup feature. You can head to the staging area. Well, whatever lead there was has evaporated as Haldesheld now feels the pressure from Devin Freese. Number 12 is back down to the inside. Got around Logan Jones moments ago, or did he? Here goes Jones back around the high side off at turn number 2. Right now it's a 3-horse race as they've kind of peeled away from Lincoln Kirchner just a little bit. Again, the 27 of Logan Carball rounding out that top 5, along with the 33 of Kirk Martin as they work it back for lap number 9. 10 on the board this time by 5 to go. And it is tight up as it continues to be Haldesheld on that high side. But Devin Freese continues to chip away. And here comes Logan Jones right there. They are tightly bunched together as they come back for lap number 11. Oh, anybody waits the blanket out of those front 3 machines. Right now, Haldesheld trying to hold on to it. And here is a 5S. Making the 5J of Logan. Right there on the Devin Freese. Here it's the top 3 work their way back as will be lap number 12 on the board this time by. Once again, Pure Stocks for your makeup feature event. We need you to area. Pure Stocks for your makeup feature event to the staging area, please. Two laps to go here in a few moments as our top 3 drivers make their way off at turn number 4. Haldesheld trying to have himself a 1-2 punch weekend. Second Friday night, trying to make it a win on Saturday here at Hagerstown as he works it back into 1 and 2. Freese continues down bottom. It's going to be Logan Jones on the high side in that battle for second. Continues to be the 27 of Logan Carball back there in 4th position. Kirchner back in 5th, the 33 of Kirk Martin, the top 6 drivers. White flag in the air this time by. Well, how does she... Probably the biggest amount of breathing quite some time, and that's only a few car lengths as he works it back into 3 and 4 the final time. Freese down to the bottom side, but Scott Haldesheld coming away with the East Coast Legends feature event victory tonight here at Hagerstown. going to be Devin Freese coming home in second. And the 5S, or maybe the 5J of Logan Jones, ending up in the top 3.
Okay, guys, back it down, check it down. Need a 5, 12, sorry, need a 5S, 12, 5J, and 27 to the scales and then to tech.
Hagerstown Speedway, as he climbs out, give him a nice warm welcome. Scott Haldershell, our East Coast Legend winner tonight here at Hagerstown. Boy, I think half the battle would be getting in and out of that car. You're no small guy.
I just kind of fall in that thing.
Well, I tell you what, you didn't fall into victory lane tonight. That was a hard-earned effort, but I'm sure that's probably what you guys go through week in and week out, race in and race out. That's a pretty tough bout.
Yeah, it's pretty tough competition with this series. It was nice to start on the pole. I had issues in the warm-ups. My battery actually died. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out tonight. And heat race, I did great. Went from, I think, 7th to 1st and put me on the pole and just had to hold those guys off. I knew, I think it was Logan Jones came up next to me there. I was like, I'm pretty sure he was battling pretty good. Obviously, I couldn't tell who else was back there.
You got a lot of Freeses in this series, too. When I was announcing, it's like, okay, who is it named Freese? But you don't have the last name Freese. You're a Haldershell. Hey, good weekend for you. Second last night at Clinton County, a win tonight. How's the year overall been going for you other than this weekend? This has been a good one, but leading up to it.
It's been going great. Pretty much top 3s every week. I think I had a 5th and a 4th, and one night I had a 19th and I got wrecked, but we won't talk about that one. But yeah, it's been a great season so far. I know I've been moving up in points pretty good. Other than that, I mean, it's been great. This car's, we just got it in March, so we kind of rushed around and got it. Missed the first couple races because of it, and been going at it hard as we could.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank Trish for helping me out. My mom, she helps me out. Hagerstown Improvements, McGarrett's Towing. I just got a new sponsor, Mid-South. I also like to thank the Freeze family for keeping this series going great. It's been awesome this year with them.
So I guess I better be respectful when I say that. With that many Freeses, the more Freeses, the better, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that family is great. I mean, last night they had an incident on the way to Clayton County. Thank God everybody was all right with that. Kind of sucks that their trailer and truck got messed up, but thank God they could come out and run with us here tonight. No one was hurt. Mike Donald, I know he got injured a little bit. I wish he was here tonight. I know he promotes a lot of this stuff for us. He does great for our series, but hopefully he's healing up with his injuries and be back out soon.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys back on August the 17th. Glad to have you on the schedule more than just once a year.
Thanks for having us here. This track is so smooth. That's great. I love it when it's smooth like that. It makes it easier for us to drive.
All right, Scott, a great weekend. Enjoy Victory Lane. Second and a first. Can't get much better than that.
All right. Also, I want to thank, I think his name is Dustin that did the sponsored the races tonight, gave us extra money. So I want to thank him for that too.
Awesome. All right, Scott Haldershell, Victory Lane tonight here at Hagerstown Speedway. Good weekend for the 5. Field of cars set to do battle in their 15-lap finale for the evening. Green is out. Going to be Spielman in the 11A grabbing the lead from the outside. They are jumbled from about 4th on back. 64 of Crook. Kate second down the back straightaway. Trouble down the back chute. Going to be a few drivers getting together. 30 of Cody Sumption. One of those machines back there. Looks like the 80 to Fogel may be another. The 62, Electon Jr. and the 06 of Chris Hutton. They are the front 3 rows as we get set to go back to green. Here goes Beavers on the outside. He'll go into second. Hung down low in third. Keith Reed, that number 8 machine. He has moved into fourth. 3-wide battle now. Back for fifth position. Going to be Bailey Johnson down the bottom. Ecton to the middle side. Fuller up top as they come back off the 4. Looking to begin the newest pure stock winner. It's going to be hunting down to the inside of Beavers in that battle for second. Keith Reed in their tire tracks. He's holding on to fourth. Johnson in fifth. Andrews fell back in sixth. Fuller holding on to seventh. 3-wide battle is now back at eighth. It's going to be Faust trying to be the meat of the sandwich. Go up through the middle. Still digging further back in there. He gets between the 22 of Warren Phelps to make that the Tyler Fisher machine. Now 3-wide for second spot. Here goes Keith Reed down to the inside. Two-time winner, a current point leader, trying to find his way back to victory lane. He and Beaver side by side now for second. Reed to the inside. Leave him for number 2 spot. Now Hunt trying to dig low, and they'll go 3-wide one more time off turn number 2. All the while, Spielman can't check out. He's only got about a 3-car length advantage. Reed now into second. It's going to be Hutton in third, Beavers fourth, and the 42 is Safell, the top 5. 78 of Evan Faust has worked his way up into sixth. Here at lap number 4. 2 by 2 by 2 for the front 6 spots as Reed now tries to go to the point. To the inside of James Spielman for the lead. Hutton now breaks away from Beavers. He'll get third. Fouls to the outside of Andrew Safell trying to make the top 5 here at lap number 5. Continuing to be a dogfight up front. Keith Reed. It's been a tough year even though he's the point leader. He's got 2 feature event victories. It hasn't been easy sledding for the Hagerstown driver this year. Spielman holding on to second right now, but he's got a hungry pack of cars coming down low, led by the 06 of Chris Hutton, Beavers, and Faust. Now for the second spot, it's going to be Hutton to the inside of Spielman. Evan Faust started pretty much dead last on the field. He's back to the inside of James Spielman to the ongoing battle for third right now. Going to be Reed bringing him back to the line. 7 laps complete this time by. Faust disposing of Spielman moments ago. Now he goes to the inside of Hutton. Tries to kick down low, but Hutton's got that low groove in the preferred line for the moment. As they drag race down the back straightaway. And Faust goes top shelf down in turn 3 and 4. Really, what a big burst of speed, but Hutton in the 06 holding that second spot back to the stripe at halfway. Here goes Faust back to the inside. And this time he'll take it and now try to keep the car glued to the bottom. And Hutton drops back to third. Spielman fourth, 62, and Dylan Beavers in fifth. Faust winning the Eric Johnson tribute and picking up win number 5. Can he go for 6 and do what Steve Kent did a week ago and take double events? Second half of tonight's Pure Stock 15-lap makeup feature. And we'll be looking at a 5 to go indication and about a 5-car length advantage for Keith Reed over Evan Faust. Hutton remains in third. Beavers now getting around Spielman for fourth. And Andrew Safell a very tight 6. 5 laps to go this time by. Begin to sort themselves out as drivers now going single file. The only challenge for that top 5 is for fifth, where Safell tries to get to the inside of Spielman. He'll do that off turn number 2. Bailey Johnson back behind him, then the 22 of Tyler Fisher. Lindenberg in the 17L, Ecton in the 57. They make up the top 10 here at lap number 11. Slowly Evan Faust closing that gap up down to a couple of car lengths. Reed keeping that car to the bottom of the racetrack. And down the backstretch one more time. Beavers now feeling the pressure. Andrew Safell, the 42. He's had a rough night. Strong car. Got tied up in an incident early off turn 4 in a previous race. Now he's trying to crack up in the top 5. outside of Beavers. Meanwhile, Evan Faust doing some fishing, trying to probe the 8 of Keith Reed and figure out the best way around him. Lap number 13 about to go on the board. Closure rate for Faust in the turns is what's key, but Keith Reed for the moment has it. 2 laps to go here in tonight's 15-lapper. Straightaway, a lap and a half away, and a couple of car length separation for the 2 winningest drivers. And the top 2 in the series points. Faust again digging hard on the outside. Reed will come back for the white flag. Multi-time winners, the only drivers that have got the multi-wins this year in pure stock competition. One final time around the Hagerstown half mile. Reed keeps it glued to the bottom. Car length, make it 2. Off turn 2, down the back straightaway, trying to open that advantage up a little bit more. And off into 3 and 4 for the final time. Evan Faust trying to see if he can win 2 races tonight, but Keith Reed making his way back to the stripe, and Keith Reed taking his 3rd victory of the season in pure stock competition. The 78 of Evan Faust coming up in 2nd. 06 of Chris Hutton, 42 of Andrew Saffarell, and the 62 of Dylan Beavers will be your top 5 tonight. Is taking his 3rd feature event victory of the season, Keith Reed, our pure stock winner, wrapping things up tonight here at the Hagerstown Speedway. Whew. Keith, are you worn out tonight?
Absolutely. Me and the core. Look at it. I mean, that was a beating and banging night.
I know, it's been a long, tough night for everybody, but, you know, it's funny because you got 3 victories, you're the points leader, but sometimes, in some ways, I feel like it's still been a struggle of a season in one way. It's been a dogfight. I guess that's a proper word to put it, if you can find an even better word for it.
Well, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough crowd, and, you know, we built this car. I mean, ANC put the motor in it. It's tough to fight money. It really is. But hats off to all these guys for making the right calls on the car. And Brian Jones, nice track tonight, buddy. Nice track.
Well, I know he works his tail off each and every time. Finally, we got a night in which we didn't get an unexpected rain shower. We're still finishing after midnight. But no matter what, we're trying to stuff 20 pounds into a 5-pound sack and get you guys caught back up on your pure stock races. It's still been a good year for you. Blake's been doing a good job, and so glad to see you back in victory lane. Those last few laps, boy, I tell you, he was probing you right and left, but somehow, some way, you kept her straight and you were rolling.
Well, the only grip we had was down low, and I looked like Evan. He likes to run high sometimes, and thank God it worked out. Like to thank him all the way.
Who else would you like to thank this evening?
Well, Triad Engineering. I know my buddy Ronnie. He works for Triad. He's having some bad health issues here, but he's getting there. Garvin Signs, Brunswick Car Wash, Danny's Auto Repair. They come on a couple weeks ago, and I thank everybody that helps us.
Well, you look a little worn out, but and he's a little sweaty too, I can tell. No, you earned it tonight. Congratulations on victory number 3. Build another fine season for you. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All right, Keith Reed checking in for win number 3 this year here at Hagerstown Speedway. Once again, fans, thank you so much for being here tonight. Congratulations out to all of our winners here at Hagerstown Speedway. We will see you back here next Sunday, July the 20th, for the Frank Saggy Tribute for Super Late Models and our EMR exhibition car.